The Dakota Valley boys basketball team is getting ready for the South Dakota Boys State Basketball Tournament, riding off of a 50-game win streak. They've had the support of the entire Panther community, but as the tournament approaches, they're turning their support to a father-son duo with a special bond. Sports Force's Amber Salas has the story.
Day one, I mean, he's always been there, always been teaching me, coaching me.
When Dakota Valley senior guard Randy Rosenquist Jr. wanted a player to look up to, all he had to do was look to his dad, Randy Sr.
He was always the first person I looked at when I'd be like, when I'd be running out for warm-ups, I'd always just make sure I caught his eye, or before even the game tip-off when the girls game playing, I'd go make sure next to him and talk to him about the game.
Friends describe Randy Rosenquist Sr. as larger than life, a standout basketball player in his own right. Rosie had a Hall of Fame career at the University of South Dakota. In fact, in college, Rosie played against the man who now coaches his son at DV, Jason Kleiss.
He's been super supportive of Dakota Valley basketball, seen his kids come through here, seen his kids grow up, and what a great dad he is. So we have a lot of love for him and are cheering for him hard.
It's support Rosie has needed since he suffered a stroke on February 11th. Complications required emergency surgery, but the Dakota Valley community has been right there, keeping Rosie in their thoughts and on their chests. The first time you saw that, what did you think?
I was in the locker room before the West game, and he came in with the big box. I was kind of confused what it was, and then he pulled these out.
T-shirts to support Rosie and unite an already tight-knit Panther community around him.
And then once I saw him, I just kind of sank down, I teared up a little bit, and it was just, man, it was just a great feeling. Just all my teammates came, dapped me up, patted me on the back, and see us wearing them pre-game just lets us know how much the community comes together.
As the Panthers play for their second straight state title, Rosenquist Jr. will be playing for his dad, wearing his dad's old number, knowing Rosie will be cheering for him, even if it's from a distance.
It's going to be tough for him not to be there and not to go greet him right after the game. I'm sure there'll be someone sitting with him in his room, telling him what's going on, watching the game. So I'll know he's there by heart, and I'll make sure as soon as I get home to go there and talk to him about it.
Those who know Rosie know he's a fighter, fighting for the day he'll be back in the bleachers.
He's a lot like his son, like his kids have been. They're feisty, they're winners, they're gamers. The bigger the moment, the better they are. His dad was the same way.
In North Sioux City, South Dakota, Amber Salas, KTIV Sports Force.
Rosenquist Sr. is still recovering in the hospital, but is making progress. A GoFundMe has already raised over $11,000 to support Rosie and his family during this time. The Panthers, by the way, they tip off Thursday at noon in Sioux Falls.